Welcome to the online tenure and promotion and contract renewal reviewer training. This training is for all levels of reviewers of both contract renewal and tenure and promotion applications. That includes departmental personnel committee members, department and division chairs, deans, tenure and promotion review committee members, and chancellors. When an application for tenure promotion or contract renewal is ready for your review, you'll receive an email that looks like this. The email will include the applicant's name, applicant ID number, and will indicate what the person is applying for. The link in the email will take you to the website. If you can't find your email, you can get to the site directly at this web address. When using this online system, the preferred browser is Google Chrome. And when you get to the site, you'll see this login page. Use your UH username and password to log in, and it'll require the multi-factor authentication. After you log in, you'll get to the home page. There, you'll see the name of the faculty you're supposed to review. Some of you may see more than one name if you have multiple faculty to review. The applicant's name is Leilani. The type indicates what they're applying for, either contract renewal, tenure and promotion, tenure only, or promotion only. The status will reflect your level of review. The campus is the applicant's college. The year of the application is this year. To open up the application, click on the blue ID number on the left. One of the noticeable differences between the two types of applications is that a tenure promotion application will have a blue background, whereas contract renewals are orange. Most of you will see two tabs, eligibility and dossier. However, if you are a DPC chair, a department chair, dean, or TPRC chair, you'll have a third tab called recommendation. Let's go over the eligibility tab. For tenure and promotion applicants, the eligibility tab replaced the first page of the tenure promotion application. The Chancellor's Secretary completed this screen and the applicant had to verify that the information was correct. The campus reflects the applicant's campus. Subject area is their department or discipline. Initial probationary appointment will be completed if the faculty is either tenured or tenure track. In this case, Leilani was hired as an instructor rank 2 as an 11-monther on August 1st, 2018. And because she's applying for tenure promotion, her current appointment information on the right-hand side is the same. On the bottom, consideration will reflect either prior to the designated year if the faculty received approval to apply early, after the designated year if they received an extension, or appropriate if they are applying on time. This shows that Leilani received a shortening, so you can click on the document to review the approval memo. The tenure year will be filled in if the faculty has already received tenure, and date of last promotion will show if the faculty has been promoted before. The information is similar for contract renewal applicants. However, their contract renewal application form is also uploaded in the dossier section under service data because it included more information about their service record. Let's go to the dossier tab. The dossier tab is where the applicant builds their dossier. It's important to note that although everyone is required to use this online platform when submitting their applications, applicants did not have to submit an electronic application, meaning one that contains hyperlinks or videos. Some faculty who are not as tech savvy as others may have submitted a document that looks similar to the hard copy version and uploaded scanned PDFs into the system, and that's perfectly fine too. So as a reviewer, please focus on the content of the application and not necessarily how fancy it may have been presented. Let's go over the section headings. We provided section headings that were common in most dossiers for applicants to start with. These are the default section headings that both tenure promotion and contract renewal applicants started with. There is one exception, as I mentioned earlier. Service data applies only to contract renewal applicants. Faculty were not required to use them, but it provided an option for them. Everyone organized their application differently, where some may have consolidated the different areas under one section heading, for example, called My Dossier, whereas others may have chosen to organize it within each respective section. Let's take a look at a sample. This applicant used 3 sections and called them Introduction, Philosophy, and Primary Responsibilities. All of the documents will fall under a section heading. You'll notice as you review the documents that some documents appear differently in the viewer depending on how the applicant uploaded it. For example, when you open the introductory statement that was uploaded as a PDF, you'll notice that the background is black and hyperlinks and bookmarks will generally not work. The philosophy was uploaded as a Word document that was converted to a Google Doc. The background is light, and you're able to see and use the headings on the left-hand side, and you have the option of using these headings to navigate through the document. Also, hyperlinks and bookmarks will work. The last document under primary responsibilities is a Google Doc. The background is also light, and similar to the previous one, you can see headings on the left, and hyperlinks and bookmarks will work. You'll also notice that each time you open a new document, it creates a new tab on top. And that's another way you can navigate between documents by clicking back and forth between the tabs. Applicants may have used hyperlinks and bookmarks to take you to an external website or to another part of the document, for example, like in a table of contents. The faculty were advised that if they use links in their document, they need to ensure that they work and that it doesn't require the reviewer to ask for permission to view the link. If you come across any link that requires a login or for you to request access, please inform your chancellor's office immediately. This is particularly important for TPRC members as their identity is confidential, and therefore you shouldn't be requesting permission from the applicant. Let's go to the Recommendations tab. Now that you're done reading the application, you're ready to have a discussion with your committee and make a recommendation. In the review process, the first level of review is the DPC. The DPC does a review, does an assessment. For tenure and promotion applications, they will either recommend, not recommend, or provide strengths and weaknesses. But for contract renewals, the DPC must make a recommendation. The DPC chair will record the number of positive and negative votes, upload the report, and then click on the Review Complete button. After the DPC, it goes to the department chair, then to the dean, and they each do their similar assessment and recommendation. And then for tenure and promotion applications, it goes to the Tenure and Promotion Review Committee after. At the department chair, dean, TPRC, or chancellor levels, you can see the assessments and recommendations prior to your level of review. Since we're at the TPRC level now, you can see the assessments and recommendations of the DPC, the DC, and the dean. So if you want to read, say, for example, the DPC's report, you can click on it and review it. When you're ready to make your recommendation, you're going to click under Recommend this applicant, either yes or no. Indicate the number of positive and negative votes, and then upload your report by clicking on the blue arrow. Find your report and upload it. If you want to check that you've uploaded the correct report, you can click on it and verify that you did in fact upload the correct report. And when you're done, click on the Review Complete button and then you'll no longer have access to it. And that completes your review process using the online system. Now we're going to go over some miscellaneous items to note as you go along through the process. When the application is first routed to the DPC, it also goes to the department chair simultaneously, so the department chair can get a head start in reading these, since they often have so many to review in only a limited amount of time. The department chair, however, cannot take any action until the DPC has completed their level of review and recommendation. So department chairs will be getting 2 emails, one when it's at the DPC level for review, and a second one when they have completed their review and it's ready for the department chair review. If you're serving on a TPRC, whoever was designated as the convener was input into the system as the chair. So if someone else is selected to be the chair after your committee meets, please notify your Chancellor Secretary to make the changes in the system. Committees should meet live rather than just emailing comments to each other to allow for meaningful discussion, especially since this can be done virtually and there are many platforms to choose from. As a reminder, TPRCs are supposed to do confidential voting, and there are various ways, such as using Google Forms, that this can be accomplished even when meeting online. And as a reminder for TPRCs, don't identify yourselves on the report that's uploaded into the system because TPRC members are confidential. If at any level of review, if you require additional information, this is all done outside of the system. So you'll submit your request in writing to the Chancellor. The Chancellor will communicate it to the applicant, obtain the additional information, they'll upload it into the system and notify you when it's available for your review. And finally, if you are a department chair and reviewing a contract renewal document, after you've completed your assessment and attached your report or recommendation, the collective bargaining agreement requires you to show the applicant the assessments and recommendations made by you and the DPC before it's forwarded to the dean. Well, the system will do this by sending the applicant an email after you're done to notify the applicant that it's available for review. The applicant will have 5 calendar days to review it and can either push it forward to the dean or it'll automatically move to the dean in 5 days. If your department does not have a department chair reviewing the application, then the system will show the applicant the DPC's review and assessment immediately after the DPC chair submits the recommendation. This concludes our online tenure and promotion and contract renewal reviewer training. If you have any questions, please contact your Chancellor's office or Sandra Ueno in the Office of the Vice President for Community Colleges. Thank you for taking the time to view this training.